I actually grew up in the hood. I ain't talking about no suburban neighborhoods. I mean, I grew up in the ghetto areas. The majority of my life, besides when I lived with Grandma Dot and Wagaman, or when Pops got us that spot over there in Live Oak, I lived in the hood. See, a lot of cats don't understand that shit. They be thinking because they daddy grew up in the hood, that they grew up in the hood when they daddy made it out the hood and got them in the suburban areas. Yeah, my pops, he moved off Baron Street and he moved in a suburban area. And I used to go spend summers with him. But he always took us round the Magnolia Projects. And we'll kick it with Uncle Ben or Cousin Ben. We used to we used to go out there. I remember when It Take Two to Make a Thing Go Right. It Take Two to Make It Out of Sight. And we was on Shakespeare Park. And they was playing that motherfucker over and over and over. I grew up in the hood. When I got grown, even though I made a whole lot of cash and shit, I was so used to the hood that I was scared to move around white folk. And still to this day, I still am. I still live in hood areas, or where it's mostly black folk. I ain't gonna say hood, but mostly black folk areas. If there's too many white people, I get scared. If y'all seen the movie Sinners, you know them vampires be out there, so you gotta watch them. But a lot of these cats, their parents moved them out of the hood, and they lived in good areas, and they still want to be gangsters. I don't understand that shit. I'm gonna be honest. That's weird to me. Like, I'm a hood nigga, so it's kind of common that I'm gonna stay around the people in the hood. But these motherfuckers ain't grow up around no hood niggas. And then all of a sudden, when they get grown, they turn into hood niggas. Like, wait, dude, you hustling backwards. See, I'm around the hood niggas because I'm comfortable around them. They don't bother me like that because they know I don't mean them no harm. So I can walk around and talk to people. Now, if a motherfucker try me, yeah, it might go down. It might go down. Most of the time, they don't even try me because they could tell that I'm one of them old school hood niggas. These other motherfuckers from the suburbs, they come around and bringing a suburban life into an area that really you can't bring that shit around. Then you wonder why they gonna be bopping you upside your motherfucking head. Then you gotta call your hood family members. You done got bopped up upside your motherfucking head. Oh, you ain't no hood nigga, man. Stay in the suburbs, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with the suburbs. Suburbs is cool. I like the suburbs. I just like a lot of black people, hood cats around me when I'm in the suburbs. I don't like to be around the vampires, in case you don't know. I be wanting to be around my people. So when they having their parties on the weekends and they smoking their little weed, drinking and shit, they ain't got to worry about me trying to call the police. Shit, I might even go over there and have a drink with them. I probably ain't gonna smoke no weed, That's 9 times out of 10 I ain't gonna smoke no weed. But I might go over there, have a Drake Waterbury, see what they celebrate. And if they just partying, then I understand. Cause I remember when my grandma died, when I had to stay with Grandma Dot on the weekend, Uncle Tone, Grandpa Tone, used to sit up there and buy kegs of beer. He used to bring us on the back of the truck. We had to ride on the back of the truck because he only had the two front seats. That was before they got the extended cab, this way back. But we'll ride out uptown. He'll buy his kegs of beer. Then he'll drive us back. I was crossing the Mississippi River, didn't even know I was crossing the Mississippi River. We'll get back to that house, and Grandma Dot used to tell us to take the plastic off the sofas that she had in her den, because she kept them covered up with that plastic. But on a party night, see, I'm knowing now what she was doing. I didn't know it back then, but it was a party night. So me and my brother take that plastic off, and she'd tell us to go in the back. But me, I used to always get punished because I couldn't stay in the back. My brother, he'll be back there chilling, watching TV and shit. Me, I couldn't stay back there. I used to walk in there and peep in there. And when I hear them old people, when they play that wang dang doodle, we gonna picture wang dang doodle all night long. Doodle 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 doodle. I couldn't help but come out of that fucking room. And they'll be in there jumping, hipping and hopping, rolling on each other. Grandma Dot used to always catch me too. Make me kneel in the corners on rice, or stand with one foot up and my fingers on my nose in the corner. And if I drop that foot or move my fingers, she'll hit me with a switch. After a while, she stopped doing that because she realized I couldn't stay away. She would let me come watch. She like, Nook gonna be Nook. And Nook was Nook. So I go in there and watch. And I watch the old people just juke down. They'll be in there partying down, and I fell in love with it. That's why I make my music like I make it. I make dope music. If you actually want to listen to some dope ass music, you got to check me out. I'm first generation hip hop type nigga. See, I seen something that they did in that movie Sinners, where they was showing how he transcended so many generations. Preacher Boy, he was playing, he was just traveling through time with the music, showing that he come from all that was created before him, and then he created all that was after him. That's kind of like my music. But a lot of cats, they ain't come up through that. They ain't come up through that street shit that you gotta get it out the mud shit that that fucking you might die trying to do this shit. I did. And I used to kind of like it back in the Gap. I always was a street nigga. My older brother, he was more preppy. He was a pretty boy. All the women loved him. He used to wear all kinds of Easter egg colors and shit. That nigga used to wear pink before Cameron made that shit popular. That nigga wear a pink polo with some Jabot jeans and some penny loafers with quarters in them. All the girls love that nigga. Now the girls did like me too, but they only like my eyes. Something about my eyes that attract people. So usually when I go around people, I hide my eyes. I put hats on my head and I cover my eyes. I don't let them see my eyes because they go to falling in love with me and shit. I ain't trying to be in love, but I am a hood nigga. It's one thing you can't take away from me. I grew up in some of the nastiest neighborhoods, around some of the meanest people. Now I ain't no gangster. I'm a nerd. But a lot of these cats out here that's playing gangster now, that's running around looking like gangsters, a lot of them cats ain't gangsters. I know a gangster when I see one. That's why certain people don't mess with me. Not that I'm a gangster, but they could tell that I know a gangster when I see one. Birds of a feather flock together. I was raised by the gangsters. I wasn't raised by wolves. Certain cats, they was raised by wolves. I was raised by monsters that actually made the wolves scared. I don't even know how to explain it better. But I be watching cats with they wanna be gangster attitudes, and I'm like, dude, you ain't no gangster, man. Stop playing. Man, no. That ain't you, bro. Be the person who you really are. See, that's what keeping it real is. A lot of cats don't understand. When you keep it real, you ain't gotta be no gangster to keep it real. All you gotta do is just be the person that you are. If you want to be a nerd, be a nerd. I wasn't keeping it real back in the Gap because I was dealing with all these monsters. So I had to. Now I'm keeping it real. I'm telling you, I'm a nerd. But a lot of these cats, they be sitting up here running around acting like they gangsters. These motherfucker ain't no nerd. This nigga supposed to be a politician. This nigga supposed to be a Democrat or a Republican ass nigga. They try to look like niggas like me. Because most of the gangsters, in case you don't know, the top gangsters always was the smartest ones. They was the nerds. They just studied different than everybody else. But you got these sucker ducks running around. That's why the game went sour. Most of them motherfuckers that was telling on people was niggas that played like gangsters. Gangsters used to hold a code. That's why they called it the G code. Gangsters used to hold a code. But the niggas that wasn't never supposed to be in the game, they just was in the game because they seen women come with it, and they think they looking at all the fancy things, the cars and the jewelry and all this stuff. So they jumped in the game, playing in the game, and they wasn't built for the game. It wasn't for them. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're getting in the game, and if you're in the game, it ain't your choice that you put in the game. Because the majority of niggas in the game don't want to be in the fucking game. It's just them old fake ass niggas that see the stories and see the women and the tales and they want to just jump in it. The niggas who really in the game, they don't want to be in the fucking game. They just ain't got no other fucking choice. A man should never do 35 years for selling drugs. Instead, you're supposed to teach him a trade or find out what he really like to do. All right, you like cooking up chemicals? All right, let me make you a pharmacist. They wasn't supposed to be in the game. Well, you lose your temper and you are very efficient when you lose your temper, so you can hurt people real easy. How about I make you a lieutenant in the military so you could teach some of our military people that? Oh, you like raping women? Well, now you got to go to prison. Lock up all the fucking rapists and pedophiles. Lock they motherfucking ass up. They deserve that prison time. That's the motherfuckers who deserve life. But I don't even know what to say next. Because I see a lot of motherfuckers in the game. That's why the game went sour. All these flaky ass motherfuckers. Nigga, nigga was born with a silver spoon. Now all of a sudden he the super gangster. Man, if you don't get your fucking Joe Biden's son smoking crack ass out of here, nigga. We don't participate with that sucker shit. But at that, I'm gonna leave it where I leave it.